a ton of people and a ton of drums. Was that cool or what?
That was awesome.
We had like almost 40 drums. I mean, it was just, actually it was just massive pandemonium. It was just, I mean, I talked for like 10 minutes before everybody stopped drumming and actually listened. Who knew? Have you been out in your gardens the last few days? There's things poking up out of the ground. Imagine that. Tulips are coming up.
Cucumbers.
Cucumbers? It's early for cucumbers. We have a pancake breakfast on the last Sunday of the month, the 24th. So be here or be square. Bring your appetite. Drumming. Are we having drumming circle this week, Daryl?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Drumming circle on Tuesday. What do we do at drumming circle?
We drum.
Great mind.
There we go.
Drum and have fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we drum and sing. And sometimes we break out grandfather drums.
Cool. Cool.
Talk story.
Talk stories.
Tell story. Tell story. I can't. Just the way it is. Can't drum without telling this one.
Well, that's probably true. Mind Shifters on Wednesday. Lotus Group on Friday. Heart Session 1 on Saturday with potluck. Is that anything you want to talk about, or is it full? Or?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay, all right. So all kinds of stuff going on. Always all kinds of stuff going on. Sure. What is that?
Hello, everybody. Last week, I'm Cinnamon, and the last week that I brought up the idea of us having a movie club as a spiritual practice, and I guess it only got around to half the room. So if you're interested in being on the we're distracted a little bit, having too much ruckus fun. But I'd like to go ahead and pass it around again. If you're interested in being on the list to know when we're going to actually start the club, if you're interested in having feedback, please put your name and information on this list, and I'll be taking care of that this week and getting back to people. So thank you.
If you do the Transformers trilogy, I'll be there.
I think this is the side in
No, we did that side last week.
Yeah, you know.
No, we started on that side last week.
Yeah, but everybody that was on that side is now on this side, and so we do have two patron saints, John Lennon and George Carlin.
Yay, John.
John, this is going to take a second. Love is real, real is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved, love is touch. Touch is love. Love is reaching, reaching love. Love is asking to be loved, love is you. You and me, love is knowing, we can be. Love is free, free is love. Love is living, living love. Love is needing to be loved. I know, that's what I said. First time I read it. That's deep. And of course, George, meow means wolf in cat. Most people with low self-esteem have earned it. I know. Hey, it doesn't mean I have to be politically correct, and George is definitely never politically incorrect. Especially not anymore, that's for sure. That's for sure. We can say anything we want about him. He's not around. Artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. If you must choose between two evils, pick the one you've never tried before. Not one shred of evidence supports the notion that life is serious.
Here.
There you go. Okay. If you're physically active and sociable, you can expect to add how many years to your lifespan? 0.8, 1.5, 3.6, or 5.4?
5.4.
You're absolutely correct. 5 years more, and all you have to do is flap your gums and say hi to people. What do you know?
I'm going to live forever.
So, I'm going to live forever. All right. Oh, the title role of Dirty Harry, 1971. This is just fascinating stuff you're always going to want to know and learn in church. Dirty Harry, 1971, was originally intended for Frank Sinatra. After Sinatra refused it, it was offered to John Wayne, Paul Newman, and finally was accepted by Clint Eastwood. Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I
He
just,
was a tough guy
I
then,
just
so.
can't picture him being Dirty Harry.
No, I can't either.
Paul Newman.
Yeah, Paul, yeah. Things that make you go, A team effort is a lot of people doing what I say. Moderation is the last refuge of the unimaginative. Reality is the other person's idea of how things should be. So there. Okay.
Isn't your sticky?
Wealthy persons of Britain became interested in education many centuries ago. They established great universities, such as Oxford and Cambridge, plus a host of preparatory schools, of which Eton is the oldest. Many foundations were comparatively lax at first, but as time passed, requirements became more and more strict. By the 16th century, many schools had adopted the practice of giving strict examinations. A special officer known as the opposer had the duty of opposing students, that is, framing hard questions to test them. Many a fellow must have performed this task effectively, for the examiner's title was clipped to poser and used to indicate any difficult person. Now you know. Now you know. So if you're ever called poser, now you understand what it means. When I'm finally holding all my cards, why does everyone want to play chess? I don't get it. It's not hard to meet expenses. They're everywhere. These days, I spend a lot of time thinking about the hereafter. I go somewhere, I get to do something, and then I wonder what I'm here after. When we get married, Skirl, when we get married, I want to share all your worries, troubles, and lighten your burden. Man, it's very kind of you, darling, but I don't have any worries or troubles. Well, that's because we're not married yet. Son, Mom, no, I'm not getting too much trouble. When I was on a bus with Dad this morning, he told me to give my seat up to this lady. Mom, well, you did the right thing. He says, but Mom, I was sitting on Daddy's lap. Oops. Okay, I've done this before, and if you've heard it before, laugh anyway. But it's because it's still a good one. During the creation, God made the dog and said, sit all day by the door of your house and bark at anyone who comes and walks past. For this, I will give you a lifespan of 20 years. The dog said, that's a long time for barking. How about only 10 years, and I'll give you back the other 10. So God agreed. Next, God created the monkey and said, entertain people, do tricks, make them laugh. For this, I'll give you a 20-year lifespan. The monkey said, monkey tricks for 20 years? That's a pretty long time to perform. How about you give me 10, just like the dog? And God agreed. Then God created the cow and said, you must go into the field with the farmer all day long and suffer under the sun. Have calves, give milk to support the farmer's family. For this, I will give you a lifespan of 60 years. The cow said, well, that's kind of a tough life. You want me to live for 60 years? How about 20, and I'll give back the other 40. God agreed. Finally, God created humans and said, eat, sleep, play, marry, enjoy your life. For this, I will give you 20 years. But the human said, only 20 years? Could you possibly give me Could you possibly give me my 20? The 40 the cow gave back, the 10 the monkey gave back, and the 10 the dog gave back. That makes 80, okay? Well, God said, you asked for it. So, that is why, for the first 20 years, we eat, sleep, play, and enjoy ourselves. For the next 40 years, we slave in the sun to support our family. For the next 10 years, we do monkey tricks and entertain the grandchildren. And for the last 10 years, we sit on the front porch and bark at everyone.